Hello everybody, this is Senex, and right now I am bringing you a game between Pull and the Dawn bot. This is a live cast. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I think it's going to be fantastic Terran versus Terran, though, on the 6 mineral field and 1 high yield gas, Shakuras Plateau. I haven't done very much Terran versus Terran on really any of these low yield, well, yield isn't quite the right word, the low resource per base maps. And I do think it will significantly change the way that the strategy ends up working out. We see Pull here as the blue Terran in the bottom left. And the Dawn bot in the top right. He's not doing anything. Dawn. Dawn. No, Dawn. Dawn. Stop lagging. Dawn. One of the least effective strategies that Dawn is opening with, the lag out, and oh man, that could give him a very significant disadvantage in the early game. It's only like 27 seconds for him to be getting his first little bit of money. And now we see that Pull has already turned that into a small advantage. He has his 8th SCV, while Dawn's lag-type attack, which is very ineffective, much like Fire against a Fire-type Pokemon. Does that mean that Pull is a lag-type Pokemon if the attack was ineffective? Anyway, I will leave the Velociraptoring for later. But Pull is beginning his first depot, not at the ramp, which I do think is probably a smart decision. If there is an early attack, it's very common for anything that's put right in the top of the ramp to be just wiped out. It's not easy to defend. On the other hand, the Dawnbot is looking to make me a fool by doing exactly that. The opposite part of that coin, the flip side, is that by having a wall in at the top of your ramp, if your opponent goes for a very aggressive Hellion opening, you can wall that in and prevent him from just running straight into your mineral line and killing about 115% of your workers, which is the average amount per attack that Hellions are able to. I'm just kidding. Hellions usually deal some damage, but it's not as game-ending as it used to be. People are learning to spread out their workers when they're being attacked, and when there's fewer workers in the same amount of space, in that when you have an 8 mineral patch base in ordinary Shakuras Plateau, it actually takes up the same amount of room as these 6 mineral patches do. So the individual SCVs are a lot less close together, and it's not as dangerous for them to run into splash damage units trying to kill them off. That does not make Hellions a bad opening by any stretch, though. See that Pull has gotten his Vespene Geyser and is mining from it with just 2 guys, so he wants some Vespene gas, but not going for any kind of super fast tech along the lines of Banshees or other just very, very tech-heavy units like that. He has his orbital already on the way, whereas the Dawnbot has not quite managed to start his. There we go. He's just starting it up right now, and he actually does have the 3 in the geyser, so it's going to be interesting to see what he tries to do based off that. The only thing I can think of really being effective is either getting a very fast cloak Banshee, or for him to pull these workers off of the gas as soon as he gets the tech that he's looking for. We do see that he's going for a very fast tech lab. I wonder if he's going to be going for some kind of Marauder aggression, maybe with a very early stim. Right now we do see actually the same thing by both of you. Oh, is it going to be Reaper Expands? That would be so cool. I would love to see Reaper Expand start making it back into the game a little bit more, and it's actually looking kind of bad for the Dawnbot, because that early lag spike that he ran into has been putting him just more and more behind as time's going on. You see, for example, that he only just completed that tech lab, but he does not immediately start making a unit out of it. Instead, he starts a factory. So it's very interesting to see. He's not actually producing. Oh no, now he's producing 2 sets of Reaper. So you see Dawn's macro slipping just a little bit, but the first Reaper is on the way. Did I actually miss? Oh yeah, the first Reaper's already out. He's on his way across the map. I like that Pull is moving him by that watchtower only because he controls it, so he knows that he's not going to be giving any early warning to the Dawnbot as this Reaper is making it into the base. And see that this ledge is too high for the Reaper to get up just on his own, so he does a twig double hop and completely avoids that Marine. It's really good, but a Reaper is very often the counter to a Reaper. They deal absolutely obscene amounts of damage to each other, 2 attacks at 9 damage. So when you have a Reaper on Reaper fight, the one who gets the first shot will obviously win 100% of the time. The second Reaper just kind of poking around Pull's base. Pull needs to start building or actually no, he's very cleverly, I was worried he was going to run into a supply block, but he's going to be using his command center to give him the additional supply that he needs to keep going with unit production. He's going up to a very, very high number of barracks, particularly off of the reduced amount of money that you have in this base. He's going with 2 reactors, yeah, that thing that Terrans put on their base, 2 reactors, and is continuing SCV production. So when he does get this base moved down, which I honestly would like to see him move down right now, even before he's transforming it, because you see he already has 24 workers, and 24 workers is far more than you need. The absolute maximum is 18 when you have 1 high yield gas and 6 mineral patches. So if he'd moved that down, he would have already been able to put those 7 workers to, work at the thing that they do best, gathering money. We do see the Dawnbot spreading out his army very nicely around the edge. He does not want the Reaper to get in and do any damage. The first tank is on the way. We have a 1-1-1 build. The first Viking, actually, I was assuming that was going to be a medevac, but no, Vikings on the way. There's no more siege tanks, and I think that the Dawnbot's running into some of the problems of trying to go too unit heavy off of just one base. His expansion is going up. I do like that he moved it down first and is now getting people working instead of trying to just transform it into the orbital like we usually see in ordinary games of StarCraft 2. The stim pack is almost done, but as we can see, they're both spending their money pretty well, but there's just not enough money to continue constant Marine, constant tank, and constant Viking or medevac production. I am starting to get pretty worried for the Dawnbot, though. Pull's advantage is continuing to expand. He has 31 SCVs versus 24 and 17 Marines against just 5, and I don't think that the Reaper is going to be able to equalize that. No siege mode on the way, and that would be the one way that the Dawnbot would be able to hold off a very big attack. Pull complaining right now that the macro is so weird. Don't complain, Pull. You're doing so well. And now we do have yet another reactor going up. He's swapping that out for on the starport. So no tanks coming for Pull anytime soon. He is going for pure Marine medevac play. He does have the engineering bay going down. I like that a lot. The upgrades are very important as you start reaching a large number of Marines. Every one of them dealing 1 extra damage per 0.86 seconds, and even less with stim very quickly makes the upgrade pay for itself. He is sending these 2 Marines. He's doing the exact same thing. I like that a lot. He's spreading out the units to make sure that the Reaper will not be able to get in and do any damage. He scans the front and doesn't see an army. So I think the Pull's going to be a little worried, but I do think that if Dawnbot pulls in, it's just going to be really one-sided fight. This tanks, particularly without siege mode, are not going to be able to deal with 33 Marines and 2 medevacs that are already on the way. And we can see here a very large attack moving out for Pull, moving right through the middle of the map, sending 2 Stin Marines. That's an excellent decision. He's able to clear out those towers, try to spot his opponent's army, and he will be able to run right in, take out this Reaper, and we see Dawn running for the hills. It's probably spotted that number of Marines and gone, oh, no, I do not want to fight you right now. Siege mode is only halfway done, and Pull, if he continues this aggression, and it's looking like he's going to, is going to have a very large timing. Let's look at the exact amount of time he has left. He has 25 seconds to make good on this attack, and then there will be 3 siege tanks and probably a bunker ready to greet him, but no, he's going for it right now. He has all of his Marines stemmed, running right up, trying to deal as much damage as he can before his opponent is able to get those critical upgrades, and it looks like he's just going to straight up win the battle with this one push. He's completely denying the expansion, killing a ton of SCVs, immediately taking down that command center. The 2 supply depots in the back, not particularly helpful, and oh no, there's not even a chance for repairing it, and Pull is not done. He's pushing right up the ramp, continuing to use those Marines to the greatest effect. There's an enormous worker pull, but I really do not see it helping against that many Stim Marines with 3 medevacs for support. And here is the Dawnbot doing his absolute best, sending in all of the SCVs, but they're getting caught on just a couple of the Marines that are actively being healed, and down to just 4 supply to 103. I do not think that that is going to end well, and obviously the GG. That was a kind of unfortunate game. I do think that Dawn got a little behind in the beginning and wasn't ever really able to recover, but really, as you saw him mention in the end there, forgetting that siege mode was an enormous problem, and right now we do see Pull Mr. Roop calling me back, so I'm going to have to end this cast right now and answer the phone. So thanks everybody for watching. This is Senex signing out.